There's a saying, and it goes like this: people create the things they dread, right? When we dread of something we do not want to happen, those things usually tend to manifest on their own because we put our energy into the thinking that it might happen. Now, what if we were to reverse that on its head? Instead of dreading for something bad to happen, we dread for something good to happen, right? We use that same energy, but instead of using it unknowingly to manifest something you do not want to happen, you manifest it towards something you want to happen. Now, you don't want to directly force an idea to come about. You kind of have to plant it in the soil like a seed, right? Like in a garden, you can't force a plant to grow and say, grow right now, right? But you want to seed it and water it over time, right? It's an indirect effort in terms of manifesting something you want. And visualizing it is a big part, because we can easily visualize a lot of things going wrong, right? Because we're scared of it. Of course we would be scared of things not going our way. And let's say you run into a relationship problem or whatever the case may be, like, oh, I hope this woman doesn't cheat on me, or I hope this person doesn't get tired of me, I hope our relationship doesn't stagnate. What if, right, instead you say something like, every woman I talk to is a good woman. Every woman out there is a good woman. What you believe subconsciously, your mind will start to pick up on those things automatically. When it comes to bad things happening to people because of other people, I don't tell myself people are evil. I know we are capable of being evil. We're capable of great violence, yes. But I will still choose to believe that there is more good in people and in society than there is bad. And what tends to happen is my mind will automatically start to see more of the good rather than the bad. Now imagine, this is how people fall into fucking pitfalls and they spiral out of control into like the world is against them or whatever. If on the other hand, I'm like, people are terrible, people are so evil, what I'm gonna start to see automatically is the bad in people a lot more. And that's all I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see a lot more of the bad. It's like a filter in your mind of what you get to see automatically that gets fine-tuned by the way you think about it subconsciously. I choose to believe, no, I know, even further than believing, I know that there's more good people in this world than there is bad people. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing a lot more good people, a lot more friendly people. And don't get me wrong, you will come across still, it might be right in your face. It might be a test from the universe saying like, I'm gonna test your belief, I'm gonna test your faith by throwing this negative person in your way, or whatever, or this negative circumstance. And despite that literally being in your face, if it happens, someone, a bad person coming into your life, let's say someone flips you off as you're driving because you accidentally cut them off or something, be like, oh, that's a bad person, or he's cussing you out. Instead of you saying like, oh, there are bad people, you just you give them grace. You're like, look, I understand people have bad days, whatever the case may be, but you still don't allow that belief to sink into your subconscious mind. You keep it at surface level, and you say, I understand, right? With that principle in mind, you can apply that to your financial situation, you know, how easy it is to make $1 million, health, wealth, love. You can apply that to everything, right? That's just a general example of what we tend to see out there is because of what we see within ourselves, right? It's an extent of our internal mind, what we see out here, right? An example, perfect example. Right now, it's raining, right? I used to always tie, especially with my early years, like when I was younger, I used to tie rain with like extreme depression because for some reason, I don't know what the timing was about, but every time it would be raining, there would be something bad going on in my life. I'd be like, what the fuck? So I would automatically assume every time it rained, it would just be absolutely fucking, I would get this terrible feeling. Oh my gosh, it's raining. Fuck, depression time, right? Now, I think of it as, look, I love the sun. I prefer the sun, right? I can sunbathe all day. I can fucking take a nap in the sun. I love the sun. But I've came to not hate the rain and instead see it as something peaceful. A place to meditate in. I can meditate in the morning sun all day long, but I came to love the rain as well. I mean, look at each water droplet glistening off of each other in the light. I mean, it looks beautiful, right? So you can turn anything that was once negative to you and flip it on its head. Find a way to make it a positive, right? And I apply these with my trading as well, right? Being a day trader is actually, I think, the hardest job in the world when it comes to comparing it to like physics or mechanical engineering or whatever the case may be. Like, okay, that takes whatever decades of knowledge, experience, and you never stop learning. Okay, you could say the same thing for trading too, right? It takes many years to learn. You could, you know, speed it up, getting mentors. You could do that with both, right? With whatever physics, mathematics, engineering, and trading. But what separates trading from any other industry is the psychological toll it takes on you. The psychological and spiritual toll, right? That's why not a lot of people are meant for it. And it all comes down to how deep they're willing to dig into their subconscious and their spirituality and change it for the benefit of being a better trader, right? And like I said, it's not something you do directly. You have to come at it at a certain angle that, you know, I understand there's things that will happen in trading that I cannot control. But the variables I can control, how can I control them to the best of my ability? And despite me controlling those variables, being okay with accepting a loss or whatever. Imagine you do all your due diligence, you see a A+ setup on a trade, you take the trade, and you still take a loss. You're like, oh shit. The good, profitable trader will accept it and move on, and he won't be emotionally tied to it. Whereas the one that's still struggling will say, fuck, I should have won that, I deserved that, will feel like he's entitled to winning the trade, right? Entitlement is a big it's a big downfall for a lot of traders, because once you feel like you're entitled to every single win or whatever the case may be, that's when you start to apply too much pressure and you start forcing things. These situations will happen no matter what. Winning, losing, everything in between, right? Good day, bad day, boring day, productive day. These things will happen regardless. It's our job to interpret it in a way that's beneficial to us. The way you interpret it is everything. Now, believe me when I say I understand it is absolutely, utterly difficult to try and convince yourself that, oh, I had 10 things happen to me today that were terrible. But it's good because I'm learning from them, and now I can use these as valuable lessons. Yeah, it's easy to say that until you're in the situation and you're actually being tested in real time to how you'll act to these inconveniences. But you have to keep that in the back of your mind and really try to apply it. And it's not something you're going to be a pro at right away. It's going to be something that you get better at over time, but you have to keep doing it over and over again.